Hello, everyone. We're back, episode 27. It's been such a long time. I mean, I haven't seen these folks in like months. It's been such a long time, so I'm happy to be back again with everyone.
There we go.
This time we got full house, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Because screw sickness. It happens to everyone, but we're happy that it's over now. Hi, everyone. Hi, DX.
Yo.
Hi, Derek. Hi, Maria. Hi, Matt.
What's up, yo?
Hi.
What's up?
Oh, and I'm Colin, the support
Hi,
voice.
Colin. Hi, Colin.
What's up, Sea-Dog? How you doing, Sea-Dog?
Hey, I didn't know you knew my adoptive uncle, Snoop. Sorry, that's the kind of joke that I just like to make. That's an easy. I like stuff like that.
Right on, Sea-Dog.
Sea-Dog has nothing to add to things that happened since last time. I'm just waiting for Christmas to happen.
Yes,
Another sea situation.
A good sea for once.
I'm on a roll. In a moment with this, I'm gonna have too much fun with it. I'm gonna stop with that. So I have nothing to particularly say. Oh, I did this. I'm waiting for Christmas. I'm just working and saving money so I can buy everything I want.
Here.
I've already done half, and it's already more than last year. Oops.
Oops.
That's Christmas for you. Though I don't buy stuff for myself. Just to make that clear.
I have the interesting dilemma of thinking, should I buy stuff for the 350 something idols that I work with, or should I just say, nah, forget it? You know what I mean? Like, it's
only the three you really like.
Right, but then it's like, that word gets around, like, well, he bought him something.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's fair. That's fair.
I want to hear what everyone else was doing this before we get into everything, but I just have a really funny story I want to share with you guys before we even jump. So Miho had a bunch of shows this weekend at Akiba Colors in Akihabara, and one of the groups that we played with, I won't mention who, I was outside of Akiba Colors sitting down on the sidewalk with Miho, and Miho was talking to one of the members of the groups because this group really loves her. And the one girl in the group, again, I won't say who, just because I just want to protect the innocent here.
Gotcha.
But she messes with my brain so much because it started a couple months ago where like I pretended to like her, like in like a flirty way, like not really because I don't have no interest in these girls whatsoever. But like she's been messing back with me. So every time she sees me, gets real close to me, or like she gets like there's no boundaries, and like she'll touch me, like she'll physically, which never happens in Idol. But then like I'm sitting outside, and then like she's talking to Miho, and while she's doing that, her hand wanders over to my leg, and she's just like rubbing my leg, and I'm pretending like it tickles. Because it's like I wanted to like diffuse the weirdness of it. She kept doing it. She wouldn't stop. And then finally I was like, stop! Like, what are you doing? And I'm like I like you, and this is so bad. And then I started pretending like I liked her, and then she started to come towards me. And then Miho did the best thing. She's like, oh, she's like pretending to throw up. She's like, you're so disgusting. You're my producer. Like, don't do that. It was the perfect way to like complete the joke.
Oh, wow.
Because obviously it was a joke. We all were joking, but it was like it was like perfect comedic timing. She did that because everyone was just laughing. I'm laughing. It was just funny because this girl just messed with me. To be honest though, and to be fair to this girl, she was pretty drunk. She's one of the idols that like she drinks and smokes on stage while she's singing, and she doesn't care. Sometimes she just stops singing. She just sits there and downs drinks with the other idols. She's nuts. But it's funny because she messes with me so much, and I kind of mess back. But it's just it just got really weird there for a moment. Yeah. But then Miho like diffused it real fast. I was like, oh, good work. Because she's like, oh, you're supposed to be my producer, and everybody's laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't like you anymore. And it was just like, ha ha ha. And it's just one of those weird Chica idol things that sometimes happens that you have to laugh about,
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I did. I'd stay far away from these girls. I don't want to work with them anymore. I'm done.
Well, maybe that's a little too quickly, but okay.
I'm done. No. It was fun. It was all in good fun. It's not as serious as it makes. It was hysterical. Anyways, I just wanted to share that. I thought it was a silly thing. So.
That's a fun joke. I don't think the others can top that, but they can try.
No, what everyone else do? I'm just curious. I mean, like, what we always ask.
If it wouldn't be absolutely destroying to everybody's ears, I would scream because fuck university.
I'm gonna quiet you now for a moment.
I am getting absolutely destroyed by university because fuck biomaths, fuck electronics. Why aren't you making any sense? It's absolutely awful.
Yep.
Like I just had a test in electrotechnics, and oh my fucking god, I think I forgot like the most basic like electrics like law at one point, like the Ohm law or whatever. And I forgot that in the middle of the test. I was so goddamn stressed. So it's been fun, and we've been told next semester is going to be even harder, so that's even more fun. So mostly I've just been praying my program lead is going to forget to make us like an exam for one thing, and to demand our like the papers for our practice, like what we've been doing. Like I hope he forgot to do that as well, because that's actually a possibility, because last year he did forget to do an exam for his students.
By accident. Okay.
No, he's a really busy guy, like extremely busy. Like he cares a lot. He's a really good program lead, but if you tell him something, he will forget it. If you want something done, you go to him and he will deal with you in the moment, and he'll do a great job. But he will forget about you because he's that busy. He's great though. But yeah, it's been killing me. But other than that, I've been doing great. Yes.
I was gonna say for those of you tuning in for the very first time, Maria is in university and she is studying robotic DNA. Basically, she's trying to figure out the mathematical codes of robots, and in the process, she's forgotten that she can't drop 5 F-bombs in a row on the show, because we kind of have a thing about that, because her brain's so scrambled eggs at the moment, and I really sympathize with her. But this is what you get for studying robotic DNA. I'm just telling you.
Honestly, Derek is spouting absolute lies right now, but honestly, when you hear what I'm actually learning, you will agree with him, because I'm learning electroenergetics and mechatronics, so...
Yeah, of course.
Like I said, robotic DNA. That's basically what it is. You're learning how to make the like a robotic toilet, basically. Or robotic garbage cans. Like, it's like, you're gonna build us the next better way to go to the bathroom.
Derek, why would I invent robotic toilets and robotic trash cans? Those things already exist, just nobody uses them because they are pointless.
That's true, yeah.
They are indeed pointless.
But other kinds of robots are totally
Wait, can I just ask Maria, what will you actually do? I'm still trying to figure out what the game is for you. Are you going to work for NASA or like some space company or?
The thing with what I'm learning is I can become so many things, because like the area, so what, it all depends on what I specialize in. Like at the moment, I'm just learning very general stuff. In like a few years, I will get special. But I can work on basically anything, from figuring out how to get clean energy to making smartphones. Like from the big to the small. Like the sky's the fucking limit. Sorry, and I'm sorry. But yeah, there's a lot I can do. It's just, at the moment, I'm just generally learning what is electricity, how does it work, the very general stuff. I'll get to specialize later and like how to use that on, whether I want to make energy or whether I want to use it,
Yeah, use it.
Use it, rather.
Use it, yeah.
I just keep it to myself.
You're using my right now.
Army.
You got a lot of energy right now. You're expending into all this work, and I wish you all the best. I know it can't be easy for you. So, and I know Matt is also coming from school.
Well, yeah, I've just left class about 30 minutes ago. So keeping it going. I have an exam soon. I have a test soon. I have a homework to be delivered soon.
Little stuff.
Yeah.
And for those of you tuning in, Matt, what are you studying? Is it Chinese? Arabic?
Yeah, of course. I'm studying Japanese as a normal same person.
Random.
But I have a friend actually in school who's studying Japanese and Italian at the same time, which I find
dangerous combination.
Dangerous.
Yeah, no, but I'm finished now a bunch of my lectures, so everything I have left now is Japanese and then handing in stuff. And then I can have a vacation soon. And then apply for university next year.
Oh, that'll be awesome. And you're gonna be fine, don't worry. You're awesome, you're gonna crush it. Don't even think about it twice. But here's something about your friend. You know, Italian language is so emotional and expressive. I come from an Italian family. And then you have Japanese, which is very much more like, you could say, I'm gonna kill you, and it sounds that happy and nice. And yet, you know, we're Italian, I'm gonna, you know. I wonder how that works. Like, when you're studying both languages at the same time, I wonder if, like, your friend sometimes is in Japanese class and, like, konnichiwa, instead of, like, oh, konnichiwa, you know, because they're very Italian, you know, the way they, and they're, oh, wrong class, you know, like.
Well, it actually kind of goes the other way, because he's been studying Japanese for a long time, so he knows a lot. So the Italian is kind of just because he wanted to do something new, but he keeps forgetting Italian and tries to speak Japanese in Italian class.
Oh,
I know that feeling.
I know that feeling.
Right.
That's me with German and Swedish, because for people who don't know, I learned German for like 4 or 5 years, and then I learned Swedish for 2 years. But the end result is I speak Swedish quite well, but every time I try to speak German, Swedish comes out.
Yeah, weird. That's so crazy. Really?
Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah, and it's worse because German and Swedish are actually quite similar in some ways.
Yeah.
What about
Germanic languages?
What about the two Dutch boys that are here? What are they? What do they think?
I can relate to that.
Yes,
Dutch, German. I also live Southern Dutch, where we have a dialect that's basically German. So I relate the feeling that sometimes you know what to say in one language, but that's not the current language that you're using. I had that a little while ago, where I knew exactly what to say in German, but not in English, and I was like, why does this happen? Why does it cross?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Interesting.
It's just like wires get crossed in the brain, and it's
basically.
just like, and what it comes out is a giant mess. And like, and honestly, I've heard it happens even worse if you're learning multiple languages at the same time.
Of course, it makes sense. I mean, you got all these different passive circuitry in your brain being crossed, and you're trying to think of stuff. I mean, you know. Speaking of crossovers, we had a crossover idol into another. Oh, Colin, did I do it? Did I do a good job?
I clap for that. That was a good
one.
Go
ahead, Colin. Take it away.
Take
it away, Colin. Take it away.
Well, speaking of crossovers, brilliant. That was brilliant. I loved it. Someone, an unknown member in AKB48 called Kashiwagi Yuki.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. Who's that?
Yeah, who?
Apparently, she has a very small neck and always sunny when she comes. But no, Kashiwagi Yuki is basically, as Maria put it brilliantly, working her ass off, doing nails and stuff. No. She has been working with. Yeah, normal, of course. What else would there be? She has been working her ass off ever since. That reminded me. She had a little hiatus over the summer because of her throat. Something in relation to that. And now she's back, and it's like bum 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 bum. With how many? 7. I want to say 7.
Yeah, 7.
Underground idol groups. All being released on one of her 2 YouTube channels. The other is just regular stuff, and the other one is, I think, where most of them have been. I'm pretty sure. And there's so many to talk about in regards to that. I mean, where do we want to begin with that? Because there's 7, and I don't know where we can begin with one. What's the best? DX, give me one. DX, give me one.
The one.
Well, we aren't going through them one by one, though. Please.
I want to start somewhere. I want to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah,
if you had a favorite, what would it be?
I have 2 favorites actually from the.
Oh, damn it! Wrong choice.
No, I have 2 favorites actually, and it's the one where Yukirin is working with Empire, and another one where she is working with Paradise. I really like the Paradise song.
No, not that one.
No, not that Paradise.
Sorry.
But I really like the Paradise song. The song is called Natsu no Bakayaro, and it's really a summery vibe, and I don't know, it's more like watching that MV takes me back to summer since everything is cold and dark outside now.
No.
So it really lifts me up for a bit. And another one that I particularly like was the one with Empire. I can't remember the name of that. Yeah, I have to look it up for a sec. It was called with Empire.
Little song coming out of there.
Yeah, Jikan ga Hashirinai. Jikan ni Hashirinai. That one was really upbeat and it really got me going when I first listened to it, and it's one of my favorites. If I were to take a guess, I like that one a bit better than the Paradise song because it's more up tempo for me. But those are my two favorites. Those are my two favorites.
Awesome. Anyone else, Meta? You have thoughts on any of them, or to add? I don't know.
I watched them all. I have different favorites from the X, so.
Ooh,
but I think maybe. Awesome. I think the one I liked the most, if I just had to pick one, would be the Bish one.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember the name of. But I liked that one a lot. I liked them singing. It was nice costumes and stuff. But the first one I watched was ASP's a collaboration. And I couldn't take Yukirin seriously with the way she was dressed up in that MV. The one with the gun, sword or gun, or both, I think.
Oh, both.
Sword
and
gun.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was sword for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she cuts off chains, yeah.
Yeah, that was that one. Yeah. I know one, yeah.
But that was I have never listened to ASP before. It's not, WACK hasn't been quite something I've gone into yet. So this was a really interesting introduction to it. But I think Bish was the one that resonated with me the most.
I think like Meta, I really loved the Bish one, and I think basically nobody who listens to this should know this because I don't think I have mentioned this before, but I actually quite like Bish's music overall.
Oh, cool.
I wouldn't call myself a fan. Wow. I don't know the members. I don't know basically anything about them, but I like some of their songs quite a lot, and I love that song. Yeah, it's really damn good. I like the music video for it as well. I like the outfit. It was worn out, but I really like the outfits. And as a song, I also really like the Empire one, but I did not like the music video because they were turning into old ladies, and I was like, "What the fuck? Sorry, I'm not using this anymore. I am." And I was just like, "What is going on here? I have no idea." I was weirded out, and not in a good way. I wasn't weird because sometimes you're weirded out, but you're also like, I think I'm vibing with this. I wasn't vibing with that. Why are they old women? I don't get it. Yeah.
Weird. But, it was a little weird. It came out of nowhere. But maybe if you know what it's about, and it makes sense. I feel you.
Yeah, I like the Bish one especially. I really liked it because I don't know. Maybe you all are going to disagree, but to me at least, it felt like a really good mix of something AKB would release and something WACK. I think if you took the WACK out of that song, it could be an AKB song. That's what it felt like to me. So I feel like, I feel like it was a really good collaboration as well.
Cool. Yeah. Well, Derek, did you watch this? Is this up your alley?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, Yukirin entered my world. It's very interesting because my Kami Oshi, I guess if I were to have one in the whole AKB world, is Yukirin. Always has been. And if I could have picked any member of AKB to go into the Chica world, it would be her. And I have to say, overall, I am completely impressed with her insertion into all this. I think she's done a fantastic job. Keep in mind, she's fighting a back injury, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
Yeah, I think
that was
the
summer.
Yeah.
And she managed to pull off all of these videos. She managed to completely embed herself with WACK. WACK was made by Watanabe Junsuke, and historically speaking, if you go back many, many years, 2012, 13, somewhere around there, poor Louis from BIS was the girl who said, gave the middle finger to AKB and to Hello Project and was basically like, you know what, I want to do something anti-idol. BIS was formed. BIS basically created what Chica is today. I mean, historically speaking, you can pretty much you trace it all back to BiS. From BiS, though, ironically came Bish, which actually I think outgrew BiS and became much, much bigger than BiS ever was. But you can't forget about BiS's influence. From that, you know, Watanabe's made like $1 billion, and now WACK is not even Chica anymore. WACK is basically major idols kind of robbing the Chica idol sound, in my opinion. I feel, though, I can't say anything negative because without them, this world may not have existed. You have, you know, WACK over here, and then you have WACKB over here. And WACKB is like Bell Ring, Shoujo Girl's Heart, you know, Yanakoto Sotomu. That's the world I'm in. Like, when I came in that world, I was in Betterha. I was in that world. The only group that I really liked out of WACK's whole camp was Gang Parade. Gang Parade is Go to the Beds. They disbanded now. They're Go to the Beds, and I think there was one more group. They split. There was a bunch of them. I actually been to several Gang Parade shows in my life a long, long time ago, and just had a blast, had a lot of fun. Their fans are real cool. Yui, the one girl in Go to the Beds, she had the big glasses. That's Yui Gadok-san. She has the long black hair. My book Kai, she held it up and took a really cool picture with it once, and I always loved Yui, like I always had a good relationship with her. I don't know, but their Gang Parade music was unbelievable. So when they broke up and became Go to the Beds and did all this stuff, and WACK just got real crazy out there, it's just like, okay, they were doing shocking stuff back in 2013 and 2012, and now it's not shocking anymore. Now it's like, you made ASP, that's great. You know what the most shocking thing about that group is? The name. You guys know what the name stands for, right?
Yeah.
Anal sex penis. And it's just like, yeah, that's cool, I guess, but the music doesn't match. It's you can dress them up in crazy looks, but where's the edge? Where's the nerve? Short story, I don't really like WACK that much. I respect them, enormously have massive respect for WACK, massive. But I have yet to hear a song other than Gang Parade and then the early BiS stuff that I like. I do like this. I do like this because Aina's in it. Aina's their main thing. They're both the raspy boys, 91, who basically is the star. Aina is massively famous here in Japan. She has her own solo career. You go in Shibuya, can't walk 3 feet without seeing her face somewhere. Aina's huge. And don't get me wrong, the other members of BiS are equally as big. Everybody knows them. I mean, they're all extremely famous, you know. But I feel like after their first album, maybe I was like, eh. But that I'm giving you all this as context to say that when Yukirin joined, I was really hoping she would have joined WACKB and Betterha, like that camp. Even though Betterha's not around anymore, neither is There to Theirs, and Yanamu's pretty much gone major. They're still like, I wanted Watanabe, who is the creator of WACKB, to like take Yukirin and give her like one of his creative songs. But at the same time, I'm glad she joined WACK, because WACK is very close to AKB in the structure. Like you said, Marie, it could easily be AKB songs, because what's weird is BiS started out punk, crazy. They have one MV where the members of BiS ran through Aoki Gahara Jukai, the Forest of Death, butt naked. That's the video. And they have another video where they're like throwing blood and guts on everybody. They did one show where they literally were throwing like pigs' heads into the crowd, and they were going nuts. And they would crowd. I mean, they were doing all that before anybody did that. And then they went from that to making songs that are AKB songs with heavy guitar. Which, again, not complaining. I mean, it's not bad. I could enjoy it. But I also feel like I haven't heard anything that's creative. Like, they've reached the point that AKB's reached, basically, in my opinion. Watanabe can make 1,500 groups like he has now. I mean, Empire, if you put Empire, ASP, and maybe BiS all together, I really can't tell them apart anymore. I can't. You know, go ahead.
You know what I think what I would compare your feelings to?
Sure.
Your feelings are similar to what I feel about Sakurazaka compared to Keyakizaka. Of course, it's like, it's similar to that. It's, you used to love something about it, and now it's like something that's almost that, but not quite what you want.
Right. I mean, I've been to a BiS show, and of course it's fun. but I had no connection to it. You know, again, I grew up in the Acme camp, not the WACK camp. But the thing is like I respect it, of course, and again, but it's like you said, Marie, like your feeling isn't quite there. Like when I would go see Gang Parade, now their songs for whatever reason they had like 8 or 9 bangers that I could connect to deeply because they were much more emotional, very creative. I don't know, it was just like this world apart from WACK.
And
you know.
It isn't as if it's bad, but it's more like, and it's only made worse because you can almost see it. Like it's not different, completely different. It's almost, you can almost see it, you can almost touch it, you know. But
right,
it
almost like it's like right, it's like
and it doesn't
right
mean
there.
It's bad. It's just not what you were hoping for, and that almost is almost like, you know, teasing you, like, but you could have, but you can't.
Right, like. You gotta think like poor Louis, the girl who many consider to be the mother and the creator of Chica Idol. You know, and when she did BIS, she went on after BIS to join to create Billy Idol, which Billy Idol was fun and totally creative. You know, they've had different members in those groups go to different things. You know, I used to be around them. I used to go to their shows. I used to be working backstage a little bit with some of them, and it's just like. I feel very close to like Billy Idol a little bit and very close to Gang Parade, but I don't feel close to any of the other groups. Nothing against them. It's just that I don't have any connection. And I think the thing is though, what's really important though, is that Yukirin did this with them. Like I'm happy she did it with them though. I'm so beyond happy because I kind of get the feeling Yukirin's gonna drop AKB and go with them. She would easily fit. And to be honest, Bish is just as huge. Bish can sell out stadiums. They have. And so why not join them? You got the voice. Like, she's no Aina. She can't compare to Aina. No one. Aina, I have a list of best singers in the Chica world. Aina's number 1. Like, there's nobody better than Aina. Well, no, actually, I'm sorry. She's number 2. Sorry. Natacha from Yanami is number 1. Aina's number 2 for me. But the thing is like, Yukirin is up there. Like, Yukirin can definitely keep her own. And she's got the voice, she's got the body, she knows how to dance, she's been an idol forever. I say, Yukirin, you know, stay in this world, and why don't you bring a few other AKB members with you? You know, because AKB, unfortunately, is just, they're not doing anything. And everybody's graduating, and it's like, it's a mess, you know? So I feel this could be actually a sign of things to come. I don't think she's going to be a temporary member.
So you think she's just testing the waters for now?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Testing interning, kind of.
Yeah, interning, but I could see Watanabe offering her a hell of a contract, and I could see her saying, you know what, yeah, AKB is not doing anything. I'm there. No. At least with WACK, it doesn't matter what songs they put out with any of those groups, even if they all sound the same. WACK, their fans are called slaves, the WACK slaves. They'll just buy it, they'll support it, they will do everything for those girls. Their Checky sessions, you don't even want to know how crazy it is. Thousands of Checky every show. Like, that Yukirin will be in a whole new experience, even at her older age. It's totally fine in Chica. You could be as old as Yukirin. Doesn't matter. Like, one of the groups Miho played with this weekend, they have a members like over 40 years old. I mean, it doesn't matter in Chica. So the thing is, and again, WACK's not really Chica. They're kind of major now. But they still carry the Chica moniker because they invented it. So they have the right to do that, and I don't think anybody's going to say anything different. But the thing is, if she joined, this is a huge thing because I feel she could rope some other of the high quality talent from AKB and all the other groups to come in, and that's my sincere hope. That's my takeaway from this. The songs were meh, typical my reaction to WACK, meh, but Yukirin, yes. And Aina and Yukirin, like kind of a dream combi that 4 years ago I never would have imagined could have happened with Aina. I mean, Aina's like this girl I could go to just take a Checky with anytime. Like, as big as she was, they still do Checky. It's weird.
You know what I think about Aina especially? You know who I really want Aina to collab with?
Who's that?
Techi. Imagine an Aina and Techi collab.
Oh my god. Well, the thing is, like, Aina, I always thought Aina would be good with Sayane because they both got that raspy voice. That would be interesting, but I don't think you want one raspy and one not raspy. So Techi Oh my God, Tenchi should just join the Chica world. There's enough anger and angst and depression there that I think she'd fit.
I think she'd fit, but I think that she's just done with the anger and depression because I think she actually got angry and depressed. So
No, Pechi would fit right in. There's a lot of girls I can think from the AKB world that would fit in the underworld quite well, and I have seen some girls come. There was an NMB girl, ex-NMB girl, I want to say, who started an idol group here in Tokyo, and Mary Badin, the group I used to work for, they played with them, and that girl was awesome, and her group was good. I don't know if she's still around, but it happens. I mean, it's not unusual per se, but I would say if Yukirin can do this, she might set the standard here. What if we start getting all this good talent coming in? I'd welcome them with open arms, and if they go to WACK, fine, I don't care. I mean, WACK will at least take care of them. Their organization is structured like AKB with all the thousands. They have so many employees. So it's like, it's not that big of a jump than, say, going to some crap hole club in Akihabara where it's just run by otaku and people who can barely communicate. It's organized. I'm sorry to keep going. I was just saying, I work with a bunch of groups now that are really big. They can sell out big venues like Juju. I work with them, and they can easily sell out the biggest clubs here in Tokyo, and they have. And I've worked those shows, and I've been their Checky staff for those shows. And I feel like they have this level of organization compared to like when I go to Akihabara and play shows there with Mio, and it's like, it's just worlds apart. But we could see some of these major idols get in, even with the groups like Juju, and I think they would fit. There's enough structure there, is what I'm getting at. This is a really, really good thing, and I'm curious what all the fans would say about this. I'm so dying to see if we have any Chica Idol fans or collab fans, what they think, or what other AKB members they could see coming down. If they have any perspective, I'd love to know. Idio des. What does that mean, Mete? What does it mean? Idio des. That's all. There you go. Testing you. There you go.
That's all.
I didn't realize I was gonna get quizzed during this.
What are you doing?
Always be prepared. Always be prepared.
Always be prepared.
Don't reference this, Otherwise, I will not be stopping anymore. But also, if people from the MVs, because there were 7 MVs songs, if there wasn't really anyone that was talked about, but you really liked, let us know which one did you like the most.
Yes.
Speaking of things that I like the most, Sunday. I forgot which Sunday it was. I want to say last Sunday, the 7th maybe. I got out of nowhere a sudden Twitter message from someone who I know follows me and I follow them, but other than that, I wouldn't say I know who they are. I know his name is Jan, because it sounds like my dad, so I remember that name. More like John Travolta. And I know he has like Wiz1 in his handle, and he texted me or messaged me, "I think you like this." And I was like, no, you're wrong. I absolutely love it. Oh my god, JKT48 new what's the proper name? JKT48 New Era Special Performance video. Best thing I've seen in a long time. I absolutely love this from beginning to end. JKT has gone through some stuff which we never really talked about because that was too big and too difficult in a way for us to talk about. But they're back in a way, and it is awesome. It is awesome. They basically did a 10-minute video, 2 songs, only today, and which I know it's a known song. It's also, I believe, if I'm correct, JKT's most popular song. That's their song. That's the song for them. So that wasn't really a surprise. But also a Team K second stage song from Session Girls. I was like, okay, I don't know this song, but okay, well enough. And it is awesome. I love it. A band version of You Had Me at band version of Only Today, and then I think the other song, Natsu, I remember Natsu, is probably similar to what it normally is, but they do kind of introduce the song with the band version. I really like that transition. But oh my god, I love it. I've seen it every day since it came out because it is fantastic. Why it is fantastic for me? Presentation. Best presentation I have seen in a long time. I like Only Today. I wouldn't say Only Today is like a top 50 song for me, but it is a song I do like. It's like catchy, it's upbeat. But this band version, oh my god, I absolutely love it. But I like kind of these style, big band, swing band. I love this, so it worked perfectly for me. But what worked, but what also didn't work, everyone has different tastes, but for me, girls in suits are just unappealing. I just don't care for that. But I thought it worked perfectly in the song, and it did not bother me at all, and that's an accomplishment that I will give them. That is fantastic. Similarly, their center, not my type, but oh my god.
It worked.
She got swag, character, sold it perfectly, 10 out of 10, even though she's not my type. That's also a big accomplishment. The one girl that did stood out to me was the drummer. But that's a guess. But other than that, I loved it. I think it was great. It was fun, cool, perfect blend for me. It's got swag, yo. I loved it. The second song, of course, I also liked. I love the dresses, more feminine. I really like it. I've never heard the song, but I love the Latin vibes. They won me over, and even the things they did that wouldn't normally work for me, they did. And that's an accomplishment that I always grant to anyone who managed to make it work. Sometimes it doesn't work, but hey, this is something I give him credit for, and I love it. Mwah! JKT, you're wonderful. You are the champions indeed. Maria.
I would go so far as to say the second song, which is like their version of Fushira Dananatsu, is they should have released that
as a separate song,
their main single, as their main single. They should have done a music video for it. Like, oh,
you know the funny thing? You know the funny thing? I googled the song in the Japanese version, and I only got JKT versions. It was so I'm pretty sure there's something out there.
Ain't that something?
I think they just made that song theirs. They were just like,
which is good.
Yeah, like you have wasted a perfectly good song. We're taking it,
For a theater version years ago? I want to say years ago.
Years ago, I think,
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because the way they performed it also, the outfits they had for that, oh my god. Beautiful, stunning. It had the Latin vibes, they were really pretty, but they still, like with the stripes especially, they really still kept it like 48 group vibes, which I really loved. It really felt like, that's what a sexy 48 group outfit should look like. That's it.
I agree with that.
That's it. And oh my god, I am so in love with that performance. Also, that video has been doing so good. It has like 160,000 views.
Needs more.
It's more, but it needs more, needs more. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, oh my god, those girls, like, I've never paid any attention to JKT. Like, I've probably watched a music video or two, but nothing about them has stuck with me. Like, before this, if you had asked me to name one of their, like, any of their members, said anything they've done, describe any of their performances or music videos, I would have drawn just a blank, because nothing about them had stuck to me. But this was like a punch in the face. I was like, where did this come from?
The best punch in the face you can get.
Yeah. Who organized this? Because they deserve a raise. Because Colin might not like girls in suits. I do.
Fair.
A girl in a suit. Yes.
I'd rather have a man in a suit, but that works too.
And they just looked so good. And once again, the center was also my type for Not Today.
Oh, okay.
But only today. She was my type, and just...
She's awesome. Killed it.
I might have to look more into JKT, honestly.
JKT, you got a new fan. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, after this, might have to look more into them. Yeah, I love
Good luck. There's only like 2 months. They're very new. So you have
they went.
in a day.
They went through a bit of a
There's
restart.
a reason why I usually try to stay away from old groups, especially in Kpop.
No,
I'm like, even if I really like a music video, I really like a song, but then I see, the group has been around for 5 years. I'm just like, nope, I do not have the time, I do not have the energy, and I do not have the emotional capacity just to stick around while they disband.
With the exception of maybe the last one, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, in JKT that's not that big of a problem, but like when K-pop, especially if it's an old group, like, and I see their contract is ending next year, I am not getting emotionally invested in this. You know? It's not worth it.
Can't handle it.
No, exactly. Yeah. Who's next?
Very cool.
No, for me, when I heard the songs that JKT put out, I actually wasn't quite sure what to expect, but well, they surprised me in a good way because I really love the aesthetics of the big band aesthetics, and I know it's been done in the past, but it's been a while since it's done for the last time, so it felt like a breath of fresh air, basically. It was really enjoyable, and it was like, wow.
David.
yeah. It was more like I was so used to the old version of JKT before they went through the whole restructuring thing. But if they can keep this level up, hey, they've thrown me back in basically. So yeah.
Good. Mette.
Yeah, I think they did great. You know, it's kind of like what they did for Asia Fest. If anyone remembers, they did Itsumaru in like a similar style. I think to Only Today, Only We without the band in the background, which was really cool. That was a good performance. So if you like this one, I think you should go and see if maybe there's a clip of JKT's performance out there from Asia Fest from this year, because they really did well. But yeah, I think JKT did a good job. Still don't know them that well, even though I've seen them perform live.
Yeah.
But I think if they can keep this up, if they can stay on track to reinvent themselves, which has been needed due to situations, I think this could be a good reboot for them.
I agree. I hope so. I mean, you never know, of course.
Yes.
But you know, if this would exactly, we could hope. If this gets more attention, more views, maybe the person who was like, "Hey, let's do this. This seems like fun," who should get a raise. Maybe more. I don't want to hold that expectation, unfortunately, because you never know. Yeah. But I remember their High Tension MV. I think that's the 22nd single. I think I remember that number. And then they didn't have something for very long, but I love that. So I really hope they keep up this momentum because it's 2 in a row. Well, don't quote me on that. But they keep that momentum and do something. Whatever song they pick, who cares? But something on this level that's like, yes, they keep the upwards momentum. Yeah. Maria.
Mostly this just gives me hope that the restructure, they did the right thing. Like, they didn't kick off members or ask them to leave for no reason. Like,
no, that's
that it won't be just like they did one desperate move and they're going to fail anyways. This really gives me hope that what they did actually is going to help the group in the long run.
Yeah. I hope the fans think the same.
I could see it
because I hope the same. Derek, did you watch it? Is it something you like?
Yeah. Quick question for anybody. What was the last thing we heard from JKT before this? Can you guys give me any kind of
original single?
Yeah. No, they did Darashinai Ice now. They did the Mion Center single. That one.
Yep.
They have full black costumes and stuff.
Yeah. How long
ago? And then they
was
had
that?
Rhapsody before. Oh, that was and it was this fall or summer. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
It was.
The reason I'm asking is because it's just like, sometimes when you don't hear from groups for a while, it can be a good thing. Like, usually it's a bad thing, especially in the idol world. You don't hear from somebody, it pretty much means they're done or on their way out. They're thinking about it. But in this case, I think JKT went back to the drawing board. I think they got themselves a heck of a choreographer, a great creative collaborator, and they said, you know what, we're going to do something a little different. JKT's Only Today version is easily one of the best things I've seen all year, just because I love the brass, jazzy approach to it. Not something I would have picked for that song ever. And I like when I'm pleasantly surprised in the musical style and choice. Assigned to a song that doesn't normally ascribe musically to that style. I just never would have picked Only Today for that. I could be wrong. There might be some jazz people like, oh, that song perfectly matches jazz and that kind of feel. But I feel like as a musician, I couldn't have seen that. I would have went more more punkier, I guess. I don't know, because you could be upbeat and punky and do like happy punk, and I think it would have worked. But that being said, what they did was so beautiful and so special, and the way it was filmed also made me feel like I was in like a jazzy club.
Yeah.
I was listening to this brass band. If I smoked, I had a cigarette in my hand. I was drinking a cocktail or something. Like, I just felt that that vibe. Like, for them to do it visually as well, and give me a whole experience. AKB groups, take note. JKT just upped all of the game, and they kind of outdid a lot of you out there. And they've been a little quiet, so it was nice to see. Oh, hey girls, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. You just kicked all of our asses. Thanks. We're gonna go back to wondering where the heck you've been. Oh wait, we know you've been working hard, and it shows. Great stuff.
And also, like you said, like this visual it gave you, like this is also why I want a music video for that so bad, because I can imagine a music video for it. Like I even have like other songs, of course it's from K-pop because I am a K-pop fan, you know. Shocker. But songs that have a similar vibe, like Super Junior's Black Suit, that has this like really amazing music video about a really expensive black suit, like really fancy auction, and then it gets stolen and it's like spy stuff and chaos. And I can imagine a music video like that, like a bit spy-y, maybe stealing something, but also sexy, so like some high class place, you know, or a lot of rich people together, and maybe, and you know, that kind of a vibe. I can see it. So
I'm like right there with you, because that's the overall feeling I got from this, was like, you're telling me a story, like you're getting me into a place. Like I felt it was an opening scene for a movie, and like we were supposed to see the rest of it. So JKT, if you're listening to us by any chance, take note. You're onto something. Keep going with it. And the JKT fans out there, you know, man, you got a gift. You got a little present just handed to you by your girls, and I think we all can collectively say, like, that was pretty amazing. So bravo, definitely the winner this week for sure. Them and Yukirin, because Yukirin, I think, by single-handedly, you know, did so much. Anyways, okay.
Honestly, Yukirin just doesn't deserve a medal. It's like she went around taking away all the medals for herself.
I'll take this. Oh, sorry, I'll take this. Oh, you thought you were good, but no, I'm better, thank you. Yes, I had surgery and I still whipped you. Sorry. Go complain to somebody else. I did all this injured.
Is that kind of like that moment from a few years ago? Who was it? Taylor Swift was getting an award, and then Kanye came on. And made it about
of all time.
But then in a positive way, with a likable person. That's not insane. But that's another tangent. Basically positive, but I agree.
But Yukirin is not even doing just these MVs. Yukirin has a solo concert coming up in December,
because that got
I think.
cancelled,
And you have Yuihan's GradCon that's coming up next week.
Yep.
That she's also rehearsing for.
Daggers in the heart. No, I have just something funny. So, I don't know if you guys ever saw Dave Chappelle talk about Kanye West, like the first time he met Kanye, and it was like in a studio. And he met Kanye, and he didn't know who Kanye was. I'm like, who is this guy? And then, you know, his friend was like, oh, you got to book him for the Dave Chappelle show many years ago. And he's like, all right, he did. Long story short, they're in the studio, and they're listening to the tracks with Kanye that they recorded or whatever. And Kanye gets a phone call, and Dave's sitting there, and the dude's like, Kanye's like, hello? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm listening to these tracks. And he's like, well, I can't talk or something. I'll call you back later. And then out of the blue, and Dave said this is how he knew Kanye was going to be a star, because Kanye said this. He's like, all right, I'll call you later, because my life is dope and I do dope shit. And like, just out of the blue, he hung up. And it's like, I'm hearing Yukirin say that. I'm hearing her be like, hi, thank you for this. Thank you for all these awards. My life is dope and I do dope shit. See y'all. Peace out. Mic drop. You know? She just mic dropped us all with all these. I mean, I could just hear her doing that. It'd be funny. In my head, it works. You know, she drops the mic and then it lands on her foot and she gets injured. That would be totally Yukirin.
And then it starts raining for no reason.
Yeah, her point still stands, but also, you know, she dropped the mic on her foot.
Because my life is dope and I do dope shit.
Bye.
Amazing. Who says that? Like, Anyways.
Speaking of fun things, going from a totally different genre and feel and style to something that would be considered cute, a group called CGM48. No, that's not really a fun joke to make. They released a first album.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
First album.
With their title song, I'm pretty sure. Eien Pressure, a known Junkin song with Paru.
Yep.
And you know what? Mette, talk about it.
I watched a concert before, and it was so emotional seeing them perform. You know, Mali doing the special version of Mali that's out now as well, where you can hear a choir version and even written out adding on some verses. They're really good.
Cool.
But we first got a first performance of Eien Pressure with Shampoo as center. She did such a good job. She has the voice to begin off Eien Pressure. It makes sense to do that. And the costumes are adorable. They're really different from what you normally see from CGM, because CGM has gone like really bright colors. It's the same colors all the way through, but black, it hasn't really been that prominent. But they look so good with the black jackets, the vest, the skirts.
Yeah, yep.
And then we had to wait for like 10 minutes, and then we got the MV, and it's so cute. And I think for people who might not know CGM a lot, they haven't heard that there are cat idols in CGM, which is kind of, you kind of need to know who they are to enjoy this MV, that little extra bit. And so CGM has 6 cats that they are raising, so each
that explains the cats. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Each cat has a group of like, I think they're between 4 to 6 members per cat, and they are responsible for, you know, taking care of it, and then they have a collective responsibility for all of them. So this is actually the first CGM MV with all 25 members appearing in it. So in the first like 20 seconds or 30, you see every single member of CGM sitting separated in teams with their cat playing, and then Izurina she hasn't got a team, so she's out watering the plant. There are fan theories that the plant she's watering is a tree that symbolizes CGM, and she's nurturing them.
Oh, nice.
But then, so we get introduced to all the cats, and then Lucifer, he's the gray cat. He meets like this box that explodes, and he turns into an animated, mean cat.
Yeah,
he gets like and he goes and kidnaps all his friends, and he decides that, you know, I'm gonna take them, and he turns well, that is what he does in the MV, and it's adorable. Like Lucifer and all the other ones look adorable as animated cats. And then he starts like shooting off the members, and in between we have a choreo. Yeah. It's so random, it's so good. And then he turns like, I think gets turned into one of his zombies, and for some reason get a water gun, and with like the members return to shoot at the other ones. And of course the only way to solve any conflict in an MV is to have a dance off. Like, what else can you do?
What else, Mette? It's a perfect way to end, you know, a movie or whatever, to face off a villain. Makes perfect sense.
Happens all the time. And then they get transported into this CGM world. You can even see, if you look in the background, you can see Mon in the background. He's not very visible, but he's there. And his cloud is like up in the sky. It's so cute. And then Shampoo starts like going, oh no, oh this is so scary. And then it turns into a Junkin joke with Lucifer throwing rocks, and she's used paper, so she wins. And then CGM this is very typical now of CGM apparently, but they band together, push each other forward, and then defeat Lucifer, and everyone turns back into normal, and they're happy and singing. It's such a good MV. It's so fun.
So
ta-da! Now you know everything.
I have 2 things to say about that music video. One from me and one from Mette. One, is that music video made by the same people who made that BNK's What Are the People? Because
actually, I haven't looked into it.
the vibes are kind of similar.
I completely agree with you. Even when you see like the dancing part between before they go into the animated world, it's very similar to when the What Otta People Cats started doing their thing in What Otta People.
What is up with Thailand and cats taking over the world? What is up with that? Yeah. And the second thing I have to say is for Meta is, did you all know Meta's favorite member of BNK finally made it into the Senbatsu? JJ, the little girl, she made it into the Senbatsu.
Yeah.
Oh, and she got she didn't get a lot of screen time. She's back row, but she got like solo shots, and she was smiling. She was visible often, which was fantastic. Now she's doing like promo for Eien Pressure. She's been on TV like yesterday, and she's been on like radio shows yesterday and today. I think there's like talk of them maybe going on T-pop stage, and she's gonna appear there. And she worked so hard, so long to get into the Senbatsu, questioning herself every time she's left out. And she finally got in, and she deserves it so much. And she's so cute in the MV. Like that costume, it fits her, and the song suits her. And the next thing is just give her center for the next one. You know, I can dream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
JJ cute. Oh, and also like to say, I really like how CGM has always kept their group color in their like outfits.
Yeah.
Like even with this, and because it's such a pretty color, let's be honest. It's not one you see often, but it's so pretty, and I just like that they keep using it.
It's consistent.
That's what's kind of cool about it. It makes them, as opposed to say AKB, where you recognize it by the members. If you watch CGM MVs, you're like, there's a similar visual style, and therefore you remember it more. It's more coherent in that way, which is good. It makes it a little bit more unique. Visually, if you're kind of like me and you're more inclined to remember things than say otherwise, then you'll remind that you'll be reminded of that, you know. So that works. That was it. The funny thing is, you say early on that if you know you like the individual members, you recognize some funny bits. I usually write down my thoughts just so I remember it better, and I wrote down that you can just tell without being told. You just look at it, that you can tell that there's a unique, humorous way that is unique to them. Where you can kind of tell there are bits and pieces, or it's like, I know that's a reference to something, but I don't know where to. It's kind of like that. So they have their own sense
has been really consistent. If some people might know, but CGM has a sitcom that's on YouTube, and that's kind of humor that they're presenting in Eien Pressure. It's consistent with that too.
Makes it fun. It looks nice. For me, the best way to describe it, it hits all the boxes for things that I like to have in it. It's fun, looks nice, pleasant even, cute, but not too cute. Just in a very normal, cute way, if that makes sense. And I like the outfits too. I like that it's a little bit more black. I do like that. A little bit white, gray. I liked it. Cute, even fresh, and it was well. Did I love it as much as the JKT one? No, but that's immensely unfair for me. Yeah, but it was cute and likable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jax, you've not. Oh well, Maria then.
Yeah.
I'll just say, like, for me overall, I've been saying this for a while, but CGM is the strongest of the 48 groups, in my opinion. If I look at it purely like how the group functions, what their activities are, and what they are doing, they seem the strongest to me as a group.
The most consistent?
Consistency, nice, maybe?
Yeah. They are consistent. They also have consistent content going out that they make themselves. So they aren't relying on like outside factors. They aren't relying on shows inviting them to make content.
Agreed.
They are working really hard among themselves to be successful, which I which is something I really look for and admire in a group, is that drive among the members, that they aren't just sitting there waiting for management to give them opportunities, aren't waiting on management to, make them something. CGM members are doing a lot themselves.
Taking initiative.
Yeah, go out and grab it themselves, basically, yeah.
A group, which is such a bonus for a group always. So just for that, I honestly feel like CGM is like the strongest of the 48 groups overall.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yes, because you have thoughts. I hope.
Yeah, I've got. Most of my thoughts have already been said, but the only thing I would like to add was I really enjoyed the original version of Eien Pressure back with Paru, and level-wise, they can actually compete with each other because the Paru version had its own aesthetics and the Chiang Mai version have their own insight to it, and I really appreciate that, especially involving the cats they have been taking care of. I've been following it along on the app as well, so I'm really glad they decided to put them in as well, so it creates their own aesthetics basically, and it works. So yeah, I just have to say bravo. So yeah.
The cat idols have debuted in an actual MV, and it's fantastic.
Exactly.
48. Cat 48. Which is
Just
a
you
bit
wait.
easy, but it works. Feline 48. That sounds a little FLN. Maybe, I don't know. Someone maybe has a better acronym. I mean, cat is easy. Maybe a bit too easy, but speaking of fresh things, I don't know. Anyway, speaking of albums, oh my god, that's better. We can.
Hey, Colin, you're forgetting something.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
Terrible.
That
was my bad. Totally my bad.
Colin doesn't like Derek's opinions. Won't let him talk.
He did that on purpose because he's still mad from something from last year about something.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Just kidding.
Something.
Just kidding.
Dark side. No, I was thinking, oh my god, it's an album. The next topic is an album. There's a good segue. My fault. I got ahead of myself.
You're so anxious for the segs, man.
Nothing to say. If you have nothing to say, I'm gonna be angry. So
who are you talking to here? Of course I have something to say.
Of course, Bob. Go ahead.
So I agree in part with Maria's idea that CGM definitely, I wouldn't say they're the best, but I'd say they're definitely up there in terms of what they're doing, like how they're working. They're fresh. I mean, I think that I'm trying to support them for that reason. They've been doing well. I mean, they put the cats in the video. I thought, oh, that's a little trying to get me to like you a little too much. But now that you've explained the purpose and why the cat, that makes it much more. I'm much more welcome to that. I'm so cat videos. Like, are you just trying to get views and stuff? But that makes sense that they did. So okay, so that's cool. I felt it was exactly what that song needed in terms of like the idol veneer. The girls dressed exactly how I would hope they would dress. They're paying a lot of respect and tribute to Japanese idol culture. These again, it's CGM and BNK. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to transition the Japanese mindset into their world and do it so effortlessly. They are the standard for any other group that is not on mainland Japan to follow and study and try to be like. So CGM, I expect nothing less, and they didn't disappoint. Vocally, great, have no issues, no problems. The big problem, I had two issues with that. One is, if you look closely at the dancing, the back line is severely off. They are at least a half second behind on the dancing. It annoyed the living crap out of me. So I couldn't enjoy the video as much as I wanted to because their backline was terrible. So whoever is that backline in CGM, you better get to practice.
No, Derek. Shh.
Wait, what?
JJ's backline.
Yeah, I don't know who the members are. Sorry if that's somebody you like. I'm not saying all of them, but definitely the ones visible in the center of the backline not doing good. Just watch it if you don't believe. Watch it. I mean, you can tell they're off. I mean, the girls are finishing their moves in the front, and the back girls just getting ready to finish the move. You gotta be on. That's choreo. That's choreo 101. And what I really was upset about is the CGM editors didn't catch that. It's like they're so flawless with everything else. I mean, BNK and CGM has not had a misstep yet, except for this. it was really bad editing. So I thought this was probably their worst video for that reason. Only that reason, though. Only that reason. You can't make a mistake like that. I mean, dancing is central to Idol. Dancing and singing. All that other stuff is just fluff. It's just adding to the glory and cuteness of Idol. If you can't get the dancing right, I mean, that's who you are as an idol. You have to get that right. And so and it wasn't just once. If it was once, okay, whatever. It was several times I was seeing the back line. I'm like, you're like a half step off. I watched it twice. So, like, I mean, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. Watch it. Let me know what you think. I watch a lot of idols dance, a lot. Like, I literally every single day I'm at an idol show or I'm doing it. So I pay attention to these things. You can tell when the girl's off. I've seen a lot of groups debut, and you can tell because the girls are looking at the other girls, trying to make sure they're doing well. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough that I noticed it. So if I can notice it, I don't think for people that, you know, just casually watch it, they're not going to notice. But I notice. Watch the old AKB videos, like, where every girl's, I mean, it's in sync to the point of ridiculous. And, I mean, not always. AKB's been guilty of this as well. But to be fair, it's hard to get 20 or 30 girls to do the same thing effortlessly. This isn't K-pop, you know, like it is J-pop, so you are gonna have a little modicum of imperfection. But I felt that made this video not as enjoyable as I wanted it to be. Number two, please go ahead.
Honestly, I've just watched like the dancing parts of the music video, and I found like I think there might be one part where I don't think it's on the members, but I think it's on the choreographer, because I feel like that might have been intentional, but it just didn't come out well. Like that lag.
Yeah.
I think that maybe they intended it's like they raise their hands first, the third line later, and so on. I think it might have been intentional, only not carried out well.
If that's the case, then I would definitely retract my statements and give all praise and glory to CGM, because the choreography definitely, if that was the intention, but I want to say from seeing Eien pressure done by AKB, they're supposed to be in sync. But I'm not an expert, so feel free, if anybody can correct me, please do, because I want to give CGM the credit they deserve, because they deserve it. It just made me feel like this was the worst video they've ever put out, just for that one little thing. It really bugged me. But I'm a stickler for things like that, so... Other than that, the other thing that kind of bugged me was the fact that they used a very famous YouTuber named Beluga's like cat meme. You know, the glass shade, the shades. That is such a famous meme, and it's like that YouTuber Beluga has done. He basically is a YouTuber that does all these Discord skits, and he really made that icon massively famous. It's his little icon. It's a cat with the crooked glass shades, and they had that on a couple of the cats or in the animation. I'm like, come on, girls. Like, I'm surprised they got away with that, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's trademarked, but I think that, I mean, if I see that, I think Beluga. Like, anybody who's watched any little bit of YouTube memes and skits, that's his thing. He made that what it is. For them to use that just because it was associated with cats, I don't know, I felt a little weird about it. Go ahead.
But I think here it's just, once again, I don't think most people watching that music video know who Beluga is. They just know,
I don't know.
It's a meme.
I mean, that guy's massively famous, but again, I watch a lot of YouTube crap, so that's probably why I know it. But the thing is, it's like, the thing I had a problem with it was that, again, this is stuff that's just me being a stickler producer type person. I expect greatness from these girls, because as fresh as they are, they have yet to misstep, not even once. They are amazing. They're incredible. For them to drop down that creativity level and not steal, but I guess borrow somebody else's idea so blatantly, I just didn't think they needed it. I thought the cats was cute enough. I thought they didn't need all that. Let the girls and the cat, they could have just showed me all that. I mean, especially now that I understand the reason for the cats being in it. It's adorable. It makes it perfect sense. You didn't need that little animation to kind of ruin it for me. I'm thinking, why'd you use that? I don't know. It's just be like if I had a shoe brand and I'm trying to promote the shoe brand, and then all of a sudden I see a Nike motto and I take that motto and I put it in my shoe brand. Why do it? You know, it's like when you're creative enough to have a brand of your own, make it a brand of your own. Like to put it to you another way, I would have preferred to see something Thai related to cats, maybe something in their language, anything that can give me that little bit of culture that they can inject into their world without stealing from an American culture thing. I guess that's just me being picky. So.
But now you're like, there are parts of this that I haven't mentioned because like if you look at the lyrics that are translated from Japanese to Thai, the entire lyrics has been redone not in standard Thai like Bangkok dialect, which you know it could be unexpected. It's done in northern dialect. It's been added stuff from like northern Thai, Chiang Mai, that's been put in there that we don't pick up on because we're not speak or understand it. And all of this is shot in, I think this is somewhere in Chiang Mai as well, or near it.
I mean, again, I'm just being a stickler about it. I'm just holding them to this crazy standard because they've put themselves in that category where we're idols that can do crazy stuff. So this is me being a perfectionist. That's it. Nothing more. Like it's totally fine. You know, doesn't matter. It's just for me, it's like, oh, that's an American YouTuber that's massively famous. And you don't really need that in there. You guys have your own culture, your own thing. You could do so much more. I don't know. It just seemed a little cheap. That's just my personal feeling.
Also, I'm gonna nitpick your nitpicking, and I compared the choreography, like in the music video, they were lacking behind the third line. I compared that to the performance of CGM, and they did that in the performance, and then I compared that to the AKB performance, and they did that as well. So it was intentional. Yeah.
Maybe it was.
I think there are like parts of the chorus at least where the third line goes behind the first and second row, and also in some of the verses where they are like raising their hands later or moving later.
Sure. Yes,
but it's not the entire song.
Yeah, so blame the original Japanese. So blame the original Japanese choreographer.
No, I mean I don't blame anybody. If that's the intention of the choreography, I'm all for it. I just felt it looked a little sloppy. That's all. That's all.
I actually agree with that because you can't really tell its intention from the way it's shot in the music video. So I agree with that. So.
But if it is intentional, that's cool. That's cool. I wish I knew more about it. I guess, but it just caught my eye. It caught my eye, and then the Beluga reference.
It didn't look quite right because you can't really tell it was intentional in the music video because it was shot in a way you only saw one or two of the backline.
Right. If you saw them all, maybe it would be like, oh, okay.
I see the effect then, but that way it just looked like somebody's late.
But that's why.
There you go, man. That's probably what it was.
You guys should watch the first performance of Eien Fresher, the concert, because then you can see everyone and you get like the frontline camera. So you know.
Well, check it for me, Matt, and correct me because I want to be corrected. You understand? I love CGM. I support them fully. But what I'm saying is, it's like when you're at that level, when you're at the A+ game, you gotta be A+. You know what I mean? You don't want to go down to A or A-. Like stay A+, girls. Like you're the standard. Like Maria just called them the best group in the whole system. Be the best group. So if you're messing up something as simple as the back end of a choreography,
they're not messing it up. We already determined that.
Maria. I said if. I didn't say they were. If. So if they're if they're doing it, then that's a little bit of concern for me if I was working with them. That's all I'm saying. But it could have been the camera shot. I only saw one or two girls in the back end. It looked like they were behind. If it's the whole group, that's probably intentional. That's cool. Don't know enough about it, so maybe I should just leave it there. The other thing, like I said, the Beluga thing, I was just surprised by that. That's all. I was just like, why'd they put that in there? They didn't need it. But again, nitpicking. That's it.
You get cute members, you get cute cats, and you get to now get a reason to go look into it more.
That's all you need. Yeah, the girls are great. Music was good. So, at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
We got JJ. So.
And Kiara. Kiara is also in the Senbatsu for the first time, and like there's been like I think we're down to like maybe 3 or 4 members left now who have not been in Senbatsu, and every time one of those girls makes it into a Senbatsu, it makes me so happy because they have worked so hard. Everyone works hard, of course, but you know, especially the girls who did for the Melon Juice and had Otonai and Mitzi. and the one song with just members who had never been Senbatsu. And like, oh, that song still makes me want to cry whenever they performed it. And they did it at the CGM concert. And I think Eien Pressure is going to be like the needed push post or on our way out of the pandemic for CGM. Because now they're going to start doing road shows again. Like this weekend, there is going to be a road show in Sangmai with a group High Touch. Like,
High Touch, yeah.
Yeah, CGM is going to come back and meet fans and just rope everyone in, and then everyone will love JJ.
Yeah. And also, this makes me think what, CGM is gonna have a second generation at some point. They should get a second generation after all the members have been in the Senbatsu at least once. Yeah. That's when that'd be cool. Get a second generation.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like,
a second generation of CGM. I can't. I know it's gonna happen. I can't imagine it happening because it's just that they're those 25 girls are just so good together. And it would be so interesting and a little bit weird to see more. But
that reminds me of the breakdown when Keapisaka got a second generation. Everybody was like, "Why? We don't want them. We don't need them. We are all."
I want a second generation. I want one eventually. I just really love the CGM of now. And
that's denial speaking, Meta. That's denial speaking. You don't want the second generation. You just know it's coming, so you're trying to, convince yourself you're fine with it.
Actually, I don't think we're gonna get a second. If we're gonna get a second gen, it won't come until maybe late next year. Because I don't think they want to do it until they've gone on establishing a routine again of doing road shows, of doing concerts, of doing events that they know there's a reason to justify adding people. BNK, however, there might be a 4th gen tomorrow, for all I know.
Matt, when do they have the tour dates figured out? Like, how far is it going? Is it going into December?
They're doing like now this weekend, and then I think they're waiting to see how that goes. But they have plans for like the big 2-shot event that's gonna happen in December, I think, and then there's gonna be something in January for 2 shots. So and that's gonna have a mini con with it, I guess.
I was gonna say you should reward yourself for your work and go down there if you can, if travel's possible, because I think Thai's opened up now. So
I know, I want to so badly want to go.
You should. You should.
The DNK Theater is opening up now. They're having their first round of performances this weekend. Like, oh,
You're gonna end up getting a bunch of Thai fans wanting to take checky with you and probably take your pictures and stuff. They're all gonna know you.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Yep, they know you, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome, man. You should go.
I want to so badly, but I also kind of want to wait until next year, mainly because I want to do a national. Yeah, we're gonna call it a national.
Oh yeah.
Also, Meta, I'm gonna scare you a bit more. If you do go to Thailand, I would not be surprised if the members recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I can imagine like Chaprang will recognize me. That I know because we've done
the biggest flex right there.
The biggest flex right there.
But I think like Chaprang, JJ maybe, and Izurina maybe might recognize me. Nobody else will. They're not that much on Twitter.
Do you really think that Chaprang, Izurina, and JJ did not tell the other members, "Oh my God, I got somebody from like Europe. Oh my God, do you really think they aren't talking about that among each other?"
That made me remember that I did GYO and with the Greeting You Online thing with Latin. And Latin went around to her teacher and her, I think to like the dance teachers or at CGM and her teacher at school to find out how to say like thank you or something in English. Like she wanted because to me, and she ended up like being so nervous and just ended up saying like "I love you" 10 times in English. Like I can see that I might have been heard of, but they won't know it's me. So it's
I mean, here I'll tell you this right now, man. I've worked with enough idols, and I hear them talk backstage and all that. They remember their fans. They remember everybody. I don't think fans understand the power they have over these girls, because like even the major ones, I'm sure, but definitely in my world, like a fan can stick out like more ways than you think. There's some girls, they make it an art form to remember their fans. I know one girl, whenever she does check-in with fans, she has a little notebook and she writes down the names to remember all the fans, writes something next to the name so she has like a device to remember them, because she meets so many. So trust me when I tell you, you matter. And also, how many fans do you think they got from Upper Norway? You know what I mean? Like,
it's
like come on.
Two things that make you very recognizable.
Yeah.
Right.
You are a white European female fan. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
like,
I know. I don't like that kind of attention, like being noticed. It kind of freaks me out. Not like I think it's not that I think I'm famous or anything. It's just like attention is not like my thing.
Also, a conspiracy theory. I remember you mentioning, I think it was Chet Frango, somebody started the call by calling you by your name.
Oh yeah, but
it's not because your name was written somewhere. She knew you.
I will fight anyone who thinks differently, because I'm willing to bet that they get like our usernames up for the calls, even though people say that they don't. I don't think so, because the AKB gets your nickname up.
Met is famous.
No.
That's it.
Famous.
Famous.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Support CGM.
Support CGM. That's the big one. And this. No, sorry.
And this member.
Okay, do you have a moment? I'm gonna list all the members. These ones you gotta support. Also, Mon and all the
everyone, one by one.
Oh man.
The X, you're still alive. You want to grab a drink 15 minutes ago?
Oh no, it's fine.
Sorry. I had a fun segue for like minutes ago when Derek was talking about dancing. I want to do a Bee Gees reference to "You should be dancing well" next time, or better. But that I can't use that anymore. But what I can use is my album crossover segue for HKT, because that still applies. HKT, that one group, a second album.
Guys.
Yeah, those guys, definitely. It's a second album. That's weird that they only had an album. Although I must admit, I'm not someone who particularly cares for the albums. I just give me the normal single. But it's still kind of weird to me that they just had their second album. But maybe with the other groups that makes sense. I don't think AKB has that many. But oh well. Either way,
AKB has like at least 4, right?
Well, if that's true, then it makes sense that they were only doing it now. It's just a little weird to me. But what's the most interesting thing about them? Someone called Yabuki Nako is the center for it. Unknown member, 7th generation. Sorry, I find it very funny to do it like that. So she will be the center for it. I have no clue when there will be something. Has there been a Senbatsu? Or is it just center reveal?
Yeah, we know the Senbatsu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've had a teaser.
There was a teaser, yeah. Totsu
Pretty sure. Yep.
Yeah, there was a teaser, I think, yeah. Yeah, song Totsuzen Do Love Me. That's the teaser. That's the album single, basically.
There you go. Thank you. But of course, it's a teaser. I normally don't look at teasers. Kind of like with NMB. There's a new NMB.
Learn anything.
Single. No, I don't want to know. I want to watch it and give me the MV.
Yeah.
I made an exception with Rumor, but
The teaser looked something very not HKT. I would even go as far as to say. It was very mysterious.
Yeah.
Very mysterious.
That makes it exciting?
Yes.
Yeah? Question mark?
Yes.
I would go to say that. I mean, I have no clue. I have nothing seen. I just know, there's an album coming and Nako is the center. But that, mysterious, good. Excitement. It's been a while since they've done an MV, I think.
Well, that was this summer, right? With the double Senbatsu.
Yeah.
That's true. I just forgot.
Ikitai, I think it was.
I don't really pay that much attention to HKT, so that is my fault. But what is there more to say about the album in that regard?
Cute costumes.
Love the aesthetics, yeah.
Oh God, another disagreement.
I did not like that outfit.
Really?
I found it boring.
Run!
What?
Run!
Yeah.
Well,
I just looked at it and just... There's nothing special to it, in my opinion. It's just like any other... It's so I don't know. I don't care for it.
Mm.
It's
I like it. It's cute.
And too many
We'll see.
buttons. I don't like the buttons. There's too many of them.
Buttons.
Buttons.
Yeah.
Maybe the MV and the song are nice, you know?
Yeah.
That it will compensate for something.
Yes.
Buttons.
And not to mention, everybody's hyped for a Nako Center. Like.
Yep. Basically.
And not to mention, it makes so much sense. It's their first single that Nako is participating in, you know, after coming back.
Yep.
Not making her center would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, it would be weird. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially after having a Yukirin center right before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's been for calendar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like,
is there more?
Is there more to say? I'm hyped.
Can we get an MV soon?
Yeah, we're waiting for the MV basically, so there's not much to say besides the teaser, I think. So.
I mean, that way, NMB is also releasing something soon, and then we have more MVs to talk about, so that's fun.
We haven't said the name of the album yet. It's outstanding.
Is that the actual? Is that like
awesome? Outstanding.
Oh God, we're kind of joking with that too. It's No Way Man and NGT's awesome all over again. Outstanding. Okay. Whew. I can already foresee 5 jokes I can make, depending whether it's from positive to negative.
It depends on.
We'll see. We'll see. It depends, of course.
It really depends, you know.
Honestly, I like the title of the single, of the lead single as well. It's Doitsu and Do You Love Me. It's, I don't know. I find it cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to. Anything else about them?
Not much yet. Not much yet. So playing the
So the seemingly last topic, I have no idea. I admit that. I do. I see letters, and they form words, and that is the best. This is my sense of humor. Actually, I have a broad sense of humor. It depends. Whatever I find funny. IVE. It's a new group. I suppose it's from Meta, because that makes the most sense. No, it's Maria.
Yeah, sure. I turned into the K-pop person, and then Maria took over CGM and BK. We switched.
Of course, yeah. Why not? This is normal. But Maria, what is this, and why should we be hyped for this?
Wonyoung and Yujin from IVE, they have a new group, and it's called IVE, aka the short form of I have. IVE.
Okay.
And they are putting out teasers, and it looks really good. They have 5 members, the youngest being an 07 liner, which is insane.
Do those people even exist?
Ominous.
Yeah, it's at the age gap is big as well, because Wonyoung, an 04 liner, is the second youngest. And also, can I say, Wonyoung is 17. This is insanity. Like, she debuted.
Insanity.
Like, she literally did turn 14 on the finale of Produce 48.
Pro already, expert in her craft.
She's now 17. This does not compute. She's gonna be of age soon.
Yep.
Yeah, she's gonna be of age, and I cannot accept that because she'll always be a baby in my mind.
Yeah, like Milk. They don't grow up.
Yes, like Milk, like Nako. They're never gonna grow up. They're always gonna be children. That's just it. That's the rules of the universe.
It's like gravity. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
They're never gonna grow up. And it has 5 members. One of them Japanese, by the way. She's called Rei, and she's a rapper. Which
cool.
Rei.
Respect.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. I was
Don't
thinking out
go
loud.
there, dude.
No.
Whoa, careful, dude. Careful.
That was a great example of just something coming out. I'm thinking out loud.
Careful,
mixing
dude.
names.
Yeah.
Forget
Let's not
what
go
I
there.
said.
Let's
Don't
go
mind
there.
me.
Let's
I'm
not go
gone.
there.
Yeah.
Let's not go there, dude.
And the teasers they've been putting out have been like really interesting because they are like quirky, I would say. Because like all the teasers so far are called like I have Wonyoung, I have Yu-jin, I have Rei, and it's just like them in like weird rhythm and like a weird beat, like explaining about themselves.
Really?
about their life, their
But
childhood, what they're good at.
what's the
And it's,
style?
like,
What do
really-
you think the style of the music is going to be then? Because
I actually have no idea. I have absolutely no idea, because the first photo teasers we got, it had a bit of a more mature concept, like the first pictures we got of the members. But then, like, these teasers, they look like kind of fun. So I think maybe we are getting like maybe teen pop or teen crush, which is teen crush is basically ITZY. ITZY is like ITZY's concept is like the basics, like the best example of teen crush, and I can see them doing something like that, you know.
Okay.
Like kind of badass, but still keeping it, you know, young.
Cool.
I'm nodding along. Yeah.
Rude.
My neck is killing me.
Oh, yeah, but I'm really excited for it, because it's so interesting to see the IVE members, like, one by one move forward with their lives, so to say, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's life like that. Why did we grow up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
No
does that
idea.
happen?
Yeah. Although with IVE members moving on, there is one thing I have that I'm so happy and also surprised about. I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned that Hyewon, like, how I really wish she would become a YouTuber, because I can't imagine her being an actress or an idol going forward. And she actually is a YouTuber.
A journalist.
Now. Like,
sorry. Sorry.
So yeah, she is a YouTuber now, putting out videos. Also doing quite well, getting some celebrity guests on, even like who aren't IVE members as well. And it's just good for her. She knew what she was doing. Yay. IVE.
Yeah. Anything else to add to that?
Not much.
No, we got
We
nothing.
have to wait. Yeah.
I'm
Is there
curious
anything?
to see what's gonna happen with it, though.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm very curious to see what comes out of the incarnation for this group. So hopefully they put out some banger songs. It'll be fun to check it out. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And
Fingers crossed.
people are hopeful for it, because unlike the insanely bad idea of a group that is the hype group Sakura is going to be in Chuo, that is definitely gonna blow up in their faces. People are really hyped for this, and like even the members who, like, you know, weren't in IVE are getting quite a lot of support from Korea and international fans. So
yeah, like we should mention something. Didn't Vernal Awesome do something, Maria?
Oh, yes, Vernal Awesome has some kind of a contract with a Korean company, Control now. Like some kind of a deal, we don't know what that's about, but Control apparently organized like lives when Sakura was still, you know, there. That, you know, the live streams or something like that for Sakura that were also aired in Korea and so on. So looks like Vernal Awesome isn't giving up on Korea. It looks like to me. Well, yeah, because a new contract with a Korean company, like, what is happening? What's gonna happen? What's going on? Like, are we really gonna get like a Korean sister group?
No, that's a cursed word for international AKB fans. That's been like a rumor, like on the level of having like Washington 48 or New York 48. Like,
crazy.
But like, I think I might be the only one here who can actually imagine a Korean sister group working. So
Seoul 48.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can see it actually working, which, you know, is a controversial opinion among both J-pop and K-pop fans.
Well, that's an awesome way to start.
Yeah.
I mean, there are questions definitely in terms of why, how, what, when, you know. It makes sense. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. I can't think of another reason for them to, you know, have a contract or, you know, a deal with a Korean company otherwise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, what would be the goal otherwise? Because I can't imagine, like, the entire company making a deal with contract just to have Hee-chan have some promotions in Korea. Like, that seems like a bit much for one that would be a Hee-chan having a contract with a Korean company.
Because he's under Version now too.
Yeah, but it's Werner Lawson doing that, so
yeah,
what's up with that?
Time will tell.
Who knows what they think?
Yeah.
Maybe it will be nothing, but there is definitely something to gain. So who knows? It's Werner Lawson or AKS, so it will be. If it will be something, it will be taking a while, and if it's not something, we will never remember it anymore.
Yeah.
Who knows? There could be something to gain, as I said. Is there anything else that is like a little tidbit here and there that should be a fun thing to quickly list? In case maybe someone reminded something of something.
Sakura Sakai is having 2 first-generation members graduate.
Oh yeah.
That's unfortunate. Graduations are always sad. At the same time, like kind of what STU had, well, maybe that a totally different scenario. But is there a reason for it?
No, they're just going. I think, and like Mori Akanen is going, the former vice captain.
That's a big
going.
One.
And the other one, God, I forgot which one is, but the other one is a popular member as well.
Ooh.
So.
Are they retiring or graduating and doing something else?
I assume they're gonna do something else. So because they're just graduating.
That's then definitely a blow for them, particularly if it's both the vice captain and a popular member. It sucks. Unfortunately, that we don't know more if what they're doing and why. Do you know the why? Is there?
I assume it's because. Well, I assume it all boils down to Sakura Sakai's and character. But it could also be that they have felt like it's their time to graduate, that they have been there for long enough, that they are ready to move on with their life. It could just be a normal, everyday graduation, because idols do graduate when they feel like, I am ready for the next step in my life. Like, it might not have anything to do with the group itself. It's just, it's time.
It's life. That makes sense. That's a good enough explanation. I mean, when it's time, it's time. So with that out of the way, in terms of recommendations, if there's nothing else, AK Bingo Neo announced a lineup, and that was the 1st of this month. So episode before Christmas, maybe? Who knows?
Hopefully.
I hope so. I mean, it's fun,
nice.
seeing the members.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
Oh wait, are there any fun members there? A mix of ones that I am not as much familiar with, but also some good ones. Mostly good ones, so that's good. Looking forward to AK Bingo. Who would be the host? Didn't Muramoto...
Oh, yeah. Didn't that other guy leave? One of them?
Yeah. Maybe Paradise will stay? I don't know. I only remember Muramoto being like, it's my time to go, or our time. I don't remember if Paradise was a part of that in that regard. So who knows? I mean, now I think of it, I totally forgot until like just now. So there's something to look forward to. Maybe it's someone we know. Maybe someone we don't know. Hopefully it's someone that we like at least. But we'll see. I look forward to it even more now. Now I know that that's also a case. Hopefully we don't know when, but I hope that it will be quick. Yeah. And similarly, the NMB 26 single, and it made me kind of happy. That for one that they're doing something, but that their center is Nagisa Shibuya.
Shibuya.
I was like banking on her last name, but that's awesome. I was like, yo, I mean, if you're gonna do someone, that she's the first one to come to mind for NMB who's like, well, if you have someone and you have her, then why not? So that's something I look forward to. I'm interested. There is a performance. Have not seen it. Don't want to know. Want to see the MV and everything else. And other than that, watch the JKT video again. Or else, I will find you. I will go to Liam Neeson. And I will make Liam Neeson look like a cute baby.
Wow.
What a threat for me. Anyone else have something fun to recommend?
Not necessarily fun, but I really want to put it out there. If you're having a if you're having a video call with an AKB member, don't record and share.
Yes. Oh, how did we forget that? Yes, please, DX. Go ahead.
Because this was brought to my attention by Sleepy Meadow. She saw a Twitter user sharing video calls. In this case, it was with Honda Hitomi, and I was like, "You don't do that. Those things are meant for one-on-one use only for yourself. Basically, it's basically just you having a conversation with the idol in question, and for you to record it and share it all over the internet is not only is it frowned upon, it can actually cost us foreign users to have interactions with the idols, and that's the thing that most pissed me off. And normally I don't do this, but I ask everyone who follows us on this channel, along with Sleepy Meadow we're following, to just report and get that channel out of Twitter, because we don't need that. Seriously, we don't want their management to ignore us foreigners. Basically, it's already tough enough for us to begin with, and we don't need users like that. So, but I just need to get out of my system, and Derek is even more pissed.
I'm gonna echo that, and I think DX pretty much said what needed to be said, but I'm gonna say this as again, somebody who works in this industry a lot. Don't give Japanese people any reason to, not engage foreign fan communities. And basically disregard the foreign fan communities any more than they kind of already do. I say this because, again, when you may not realize it, but you're representing foreigners, like all foreigners. It's just the way the mindset is here in Japan. It doesn't matter what you look like or what country you're from. If you're not Japanese, you are pretty much all lumped together as foreigner. So you represent all of us. When you do something that completely asinine and dumb, you are really ruining it for every one of us. It makes everybody's life harder. So just as DX said, don't do it. And if you see somebody do it, report them and let somebody know. And let's kind of try to keep the opinion of the Japanese idol community very high when it comes to us foreigners, because we are in an uphill battle more than I will even get into in that regard. I don't even want to get into it, but it's a pretty big uphill battle.
Like, even if you do see somebody doing that, don't go hating on them or being mean. Just report it, move on, because in the end it's still the Japanese management that is being unreasonable with not these things being allowed to be shared. So also, but just be mindful, don't share them, not because the management doesn't want you to, but because it would hurt other foreign fans. Because I personally agree that it's absurd that you can't share those video calls. I find it an absurd rule, but in the long run, all you are doing is hurting other foreign fans. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I think to understand the reason for the privacy behind that, it's in Japan. There is a huge value placed on privacy of fans. For example, when I'm doing like filming and stuff, there's a lot of times I have to ask the fans if it's okay they can be included in the video. Even though when you come to a venue, there's that chance to be filmed, but that's just a tiny bit of it. If you look at a lot of Twitter handles for Japanese, hold on, Maria, please hold on. Okay. Let me finish what I'm trying to say, okay? Thank you. When you look at the Japanese Twitter handles, a lot of them, they're not even the people. They're icons, and the names don't mean anything. It goes even down to that. When it comes to privacy, it's highly valued in Japan to the point where they make up these kind of rules. I'm not defending it. I agree with you, Maria. I think it's absurd as well, but that's how it is here.
Oh, I agree, it's privacy, but it's also like, if you are going to share that video, then you are voluntarily giving up your own privacy. So,
True.
Like, it's like,
True, but
I understand. So it's more like, that even more says it, like, even if it was allowed, most Japanese fans wouldn't be doing it.
Right, but the thing is, you're also giving up the privacy of the idol. Like, that idol didn't give permission for her words to be spread. Those people pay money for that type of thing. And that's why, like, for example, with Checky, the cameras get turned off during Bupan sessions. Like, my documentary, for example, is an extremely rare thing where I actually got fans and idols and idol producers to say yes to something that historically has never been filmed because it's not allowed. If you get caught filming during Bupon, you're out. They kick you out. And the reason why is because it's a very sacred and special thing in Idol where the fan and the idol connect, and what they talk about is their business only, never to be shared. And so, I mean, if you want to type up and talk about it and write about it, I guess you could do that. That's fine. There's no issue with that. Which then you could say, well, then why would be the difference between that and video? I agree. But again, it's just how it is here. Privacy is a very valued thing, and you have to think about the idol's privacy as well. Their privacy is being, you know.
I actually think I get why it's not allowed. It all comes down to money. You didn't pay to get to see that. That's
it's money too.
That.
Yeah, it's money too.
I think it's not the idol's privacy even. Like, I think especially with like big groups like that, oftentimes they don't care about like, the idol doesn't care most likely if another fan sees that. It's not as if they're going to tell one fan something that they would be ashamed or afraid for the rest of the world to hear or see, you know? So it all comes down to the management can't allow it because you didn't pay for it, which I still think is unreasonable because...
Well, yeah. I mean, I can see where you're going with that, but I would say two things to that. Number one, I actually do think that the idols care, and I say this from personally working with idols. They do care because if a fan hears what you said to this fan, and it disrupts the fantasy component of this other fan who really thinks that you're her one and only, and then he hears you saying the stuff that you say to him, you're saying it to other fans, it disrupts that fantasy. It could potentially lead to problems. I'm not saying, again, there is this...
money. But that's once again, it goes down to money. You might lose a fan, and then you lose money, which I also think is absurd, because I think if a fan does have that notion that an idol doesn't say that kind of stuff to other fans, they need a reality check. They need
but I think it's not just money, it comes down to safety. You got people that could potentially go a little off, and that's happened in the past. That doesn't happen often, and not often, thankfully, but it does.
But here once again, I say, if that is allowed, there would be a lot less fans who would be extremely shocked to see that, because once again, they wouldn't even develop that understanding because they see that.
Well, as I was gonna say, I think there's a lot of fans in Japan. They understand the game. They understand the fantasy. They know it's fantasy. 99% of them understand it's not real. Like, the girl's praising you. You paid them to praise you, basically. But it does come down to the fact that it is a privacy and a security thing, both for the girls as well as for the fans. They don't want there to be issues. That meeting is very private. And then to add to what you said, it is tied to money too. When you walk into a theater and you pay money to see a movie, you don't walk out with an iPhone video of that movie and not expect the movie company to get upset that you're putting that out there unless you get permission. And you have to look at the idols. They are products. I'm not trying to say that in a dehumanizing way. Yeah. They're products, and you are paying for that product.
Also, listen, because I can see Meta's face, I can see Colin's face. Oh my god, we have talked about this for so long. Sorry.
Well, right, but you keep saying stuff that I have to keep kind of checking you on because, guilty. You know what I mean?
I'm also guilty because viewers, you all know, me and Derek get into arguments very easily because we're similar people with very different opinions on a lot of things, and we like to argue, both of us. So yeah, sorry Meta, sorry Colin, sorry DX, we got carried away.
When the traffic light is red and you drive through and something happens, it's your fault. There. And I couldn't care less because that happens, consequences. Meta, I hope you have something fun, please.
Oh, I have so many fun things. So first of all, roadshow happening CGM this weekend. I think it won't be a live stream, but people will hopefully be there, talk about it online, so that all of us, especially those of us who can't be in Shanghai, can hear about it. Or I don't think And B&K theater performance is starting again. It's Gambare Kenkyusei, Chöpdag's produced stage for the trainees. Also going to be so much fun to see again. And we have the promo tours for Eien Pressure on different medias going on now, so you get lots of good content there. And something other that's fun, B&K has twice a week, like a live show on Facebook that they stream. And it's been mostly on Zoom recently for obvious reasons. But now they're slowly coming back, doing it in person again. They've done it in the dorms, in the locker space. They have like a couch and everything. And the last one I watched, I wasn't able to see today. They did in the actual digital live studio, the fish tank, the new one. So maybe soon we can start like seeing people coming to the fish tank again, even if it's restricted. But just seeing the members together, having fun, playing games, is just so great. And Chaprang has announced her new drama that's coming. It's for Thai PBS. No idea how to say the name, so I'm not gonna try. But it's gonna be out sometime, I think, before the end of the year. So that's going to be good to follow. And has a new TV series that starts in, I think, 3 weeks, which also is going to be good. It looks like it's a love triangle drama. Gonna be good. Just pay attention to everything CGM does, B&K. Follow the cat idols. They're on Instagram. No, I think they're just on Instagram, but they're on YouTube. Like they have little day in our lives, a video for the cat. So you can see a little bit about what kind of personality they have and what they like to do, and lots of cuteness. Yes. And watch Eien Pressure, give that thing as many views as you can.
Especially follow my favorite cat idols, Kaname and Kira.
And Hero. Hero.
And yes, and Hero.
Yeah.
More cat idols. Maria, do you have also something that you're like, hey, watch this because it's awesome?
Much. Because in my K-pop life, things are going good.
Yay.
My boy Kai from EXO is having his first comeback, solo comeback that is.
Yes.
And then there is NCT. They are having a comeback, a full group comeback with I think 21 members. 2 of the members are busy with other stuff, so they can't participate. But 21 members all in one comeback. Hype for that. And I also want to say congratulations because my man Chen from EXO is having a second child.
Ooh.
Which,
nice.
Yay!
Yay!
Which is also depressing because, as fans have noticed, EXO these days are having more kids than comebacks. Chen is on his Chen is in the term Chen has gotten 2 children. EXO has had 1 comeback.
Oui.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tough.
It's a trend.
Yeah.
If that's all, Derek, what do you have to recommend?
I have just a couple things. I am doing a couple more online Checky sessions going into December. December. Oh geez, I don't even know when it is. 7th, 4th. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have the rap idol group Zor. They are doing. Yeah, December 7th. They're doing their second ever online Checky session. They had so much fun the first time, even though it wasn't really well attended. I think DX, didn't you buy a Checky for one of them?
Yeah, I bought a Checky. I bought a Checky.
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. That was really kind of you, considering you're like the only person out of this whole group that's ever bought a Checky.
Not true. Not freaking true. I have bought Checkies from you several times. So not true.
I even not bought online Checky.
I have bought your Checky.
I'm a university student. I'm broke.
I do not accept this slander. I have your Checky and Miho's as well.
Yeah, I'm joking. So, anyways, but thank you for saying that, man. It makes me feel happy that you support. Thank you. But it's okay. I understand people don't have money or don't want to support or whatever. It's all good. It's all good. But the thing is that Checky session actually means a lot to me because their last Checky session unfortunately was not that well attended. It's probably the least attended I had, but I had probably one of the most fun times I've ever done a session because those girls were insane and they had such a blast answering all the questions. They got hit with some pretty unusual questions and they had some equally unusual answers. It was really fun. So it's always a good time. So that's coming up December 7th. So if you can buy a Checky, that'd be great. If not, that's cool too. No worries. And then Miho has one coming up in December. And then I have Hisatsu Momomo, Ima PP, and Bakushinu, the whole HKP trio that I'm like obsessed with and love. They have theirs December 22nd. I just put the tickets up for that tonight, and I think Miho's is December 16th. I'll have to double check, but all that's gonna be all Christmas themed related, so there'll be some Christmas fun stuff going on. And again, these Checky sessions, it's a way to connect with the idols, and I do allow that to be shared, and I do allow everybody to check it out because I have talked to these idols extensively and told them, let's not be those people, and they've all listened to me, thankfully. So you can go to my Twitcast archive and watch all the past archives, and I keep them all on there. But if you want to get in on that, it's a great time, and I have a translator, so you can ask them anything you want. The translator is pretty darn good, and the girls will answer. I make sure every single comment is answered, so as much as I possibly can. So that's all I got, but should be a good time.
Would make the end of episode 27. I hope people enjoyed it. We got lots of topics. Watch things, comment about things, share if you like, and hopefully we'll be back soon with more equally fun and entertaining topics. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Wave, smile and wave, smile and wave.